thank you guys for coming on and checking out this video. This is an unboxing showcase review on the, I'm going to pronounce it, butchered, completely wrong, but the Maisto or Maisto, or I'm not exactly too sure how to pronounce it, but that is what it is. We've seen these bikes before. These guys are in toy stores or in hobby shops. But this is a 4-pack, and where I got this is from Costco. And it was normally, I think it was $26.99 or $27.99, but it was on sale for $19.99. So $5 bikes. I mean, I was gonna pass at some point. Then I realized these are $5 amazing looking bikes that have all kinds of articulation. So I had to try it. These are 1/12 scale, as you can see right here. There are some parts that are die cast metal. I was extremely interested. There was like 3 different kinds. There was a Honda, there was a BMW, and then there was a Ducati. I tried the Honda because I like the style of Honda much more, and I think I can utilize these with some figures that I have, and that's the whole point, and I wanted to try it out and see. So taking a look, when you get 4 bikes, as you can see, that these are all Honda licensed bikes. On the back, it does say that, was it on the back? I forgot where it was. Maybe it said Honda, like licensed by Honda or something like that. Maybe it's on the bottom. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. There it is. It says here, official licensed product. So these, I would assume, because I'm not too familiar with motorcycles, I'm just going by the look of it, but they look very, very authentic. Very authentic. Now they're all kind of pegged in here with these stands. You can maneuver them around when you're looking at them in the store, but they are kind of screwed in, and I'll kind of show you that. And considering this whole thing of my reviews, you guys get to see what it actually looks like when you unbox it. So you'll see here, right off the bat, there is some screws. So we're going to have to unscrew each and every one of them. I'll kind of do that off camera because it's such a bigger box, but you guys kind of get the idea and you'll see what I mean. All right, guys, there we have it. Just some display options, just so I could just take a look at all 4 of them for you. They're amazing. These bikes are amazing. And it's nothing that we haven't really ever seen before, but for me, from an action figure standpoint, not necessarily like a die cast metal, like vehicle type of collector, like Hot Wheels or Matchbox or anything like that, or Jada Toys, things like that. I am going to strictly utilize these for action figures. And when they presented it as a 1/12 scale, I figured, hey, what the hell? Why not give these a try? Let me check them out. And it completely exceeded my expectations on how these were made. Yes, most of it is plastic. There are some die cast parts in it, but there were things that I didn't even realize each one of these bikes has. So let's take a look. And all 4 of them will actually have it, but we'll go through one by one so you can kind of see the details for everything. And forgive me because I'm not like a motorcycle enthusiast, so when it comes to parts, I will probably not know any of the parts, but you can kind of see for yourself on the details that were done in these bikes. So this one is the Honda CBR Racing. I'm not exactly sure what model it is, but this is practically an all black bike. The die cast part seems to be this right here. There's a couple like little small things here and there. Outside of that, everything else feels plastic. The tires, though, are actual rubber. Look, you can actually peel these off. These are all rubber here. This is kind of like a chrome plastic for the rotors. But you can see the detail in there because they got the brake pads going on. The shocks for the handlebars, that is a chrome as well. All very nice. Of course, inside the engine, they have some of the bolts here painted in silver, and here which is where the foot pedals are, and the clutch. Where's the clutch on this side? I don't remember. I can't remember, but you can see what I mean. Tires do turn. You can see all the detail there. Even on the back, they have the lights painted. They have an articulated kickstand right here. Here's more engine parts. Not as much painted, but it still looks good. They painted more than enough, as you can see here. Handlebar turning right there. They have decals for the odometer and speedometer. And they have like sticker mirrors, as you can see there. A clear plastic for the windshield. Look at the front too. Look at the headlights. And check this out, because this can move a little bit. But this here, I was surprised to see. Look at that. It's got a spring for shocks. That's awesome. Very, very cool. I really like that. That's cool. Now this bike is practically similar to this bike. This one is this one looks much more sport, considering, look at this exhaust, right? Look at the frame of the body. Unbelievable. Same idea. Look at that. They got Brembo brakes right there. Rotors are like a gray metal. It's got these gold shocks for the handles. Look at that. Same idea. Rubber tires. Able to move a bit. And there's shocks there too. And on the body in the front, they have another like decal for the speedometer. The sticker, mirrors. The brakes, the handlebars, the handles, and the brakes, they don't move, but these are just painted black versus the other one was painted like silver. But look at this. Fiberglass CBR. So this got to be racing. This is a racing type bike. Same thing. Here's the kickstand. This is a much thicker tire. You can see the design in the tires too. The design and the tires, some are different than others. And some are thicker than others. But this is a nice racing bike right there. And then we have this one. This is also another CBR. This one looks smaller, or it could be very similar to this one, but you can see the difference in the body. More of that chrome plastic here. TOYCO brakes. Really nice. Once again, there's that spring action right there. It's beautiful. Beautiful. This is die cast. That's a die cast too. Seats. Two-seater too. Look at that. There's the front. I love it. These are awesome. Very, very nice. And then this one, very different from the others. This one is a dirt bike. Look at that. It's much longer too. So I don't know. I think they're just very well, nicely made. Spring right there. You can see this. This is a die cast. This engine part is a die cast. The frame here is a die cast. Look at that. I love it. These things are great. These things are absolutely amazing, especially to be used for my action figures. Go figure, right? Look at that. So I'm going to put these down. The only thing I'm going to compare these bikes to are other vehicles, and then I'm going to show you guys what they look like with, using certain figures. Okay, so here is the Cobra Coil, which this was good for its time. Completely different of course, from GI Joe. But when it comes to scale, I mean, you can see the difference in size. This coil is more, you know, futuristic type. There's not much I can really say about it, but that's really all it is. It's a much longer bike. But this bike was made for 1/12 scale figures. I mean, it was made for Baroness, who was a more petite character anyway. But you can see the difference in size right there. Another bike along with is G.I. Joe. Here's the Ram Cycle. Ram Cycle is slightly bigger. Once again, look how it's much thinner, and it's more imaginative type of style. But when it comes to size, you can see the difference right there. And then the only other motorcycle I have is, which is very similar to all the other Marvel Legends cycles, but here is the Ghost Rider motorcycle. Much longer, more like Harley-esque type style. I do have the Punisher cycle, which is practically the same exact thing. Wolverine has the same exact cycle too. But when you combine it in terms of length, it is much longer. It's much larger. But we'll see. We'll take a look and see how figures stack up against these Honda motorcycles. All right, here's my cast of characters that we're going to try out. So I do have technically 2 G.I. Joe classified figures. We're going to try out Snake Eyes as a male figure, and we're going to try out Baroness because it's the old female body figure. And considering female bodies, we're going to try out the new female body for Marvel Legends. I brought an SH Figure Arts figure from Jujutsu Kaisen. I brought a Maisto Pink Skull, and just to see McFarlane. I don't know if that's going to work, but we got the Red Hood from DC Multiverse. So let's try them out. We don't know, and we'll see what happens. And just to get out of the way, because I knew it wasn't going to happen, he's way too big. Extremely big. Way too big. Can't even maneuver him properly because of his articulation. So you're out. Okay, so the SH Figure Arts, I think some can fit nicely. The problem, his jacket is overlapping, so it makes him pop up. The legs, because he's a taller SH Figure Arts figure, his feet don't go all the way to the foot pegs right here, the foot pedals. So it can work. He can sit if you can make him, but in terms of his size, he does stand and scale very nicely to the bike as well. So it'll vary depending upon which characters you use, but I think it'll go pretty well. Okay, so for Mary Jane, because she's on a newer body, having her sit as best as you can in this position works. Foot doesn't go all the way to the peg. If you do, then she's kind of propped up a little bit more. If she could kind of crunch a little bit more in the diaphragm, or if she had an ab crunch, it might work out in her favor, because she can reach the handlebars very nicely with the double jointed elbows, as you can see here, where her leg doesn't reach all the way. And even if you did kind of place them at the foot pedals, she'll be more upright than anything, and then her arms really can't reach the handlebars from this position. So if she does kind of lean over a bit and you're able to tilt her head this way, then it'll work out pretty nicely. But I think because she is one of the smaller 6-inch figures, the bike looks perfect on her. So Baroness, take a look at that. Baroness works pretty well. The feet don't fit right into the foot pegs, or not foot pegs, the foot pedals where they belong. But look at the way she's crouched and sitting. Now I did change out her head, of course, because this is the better frame. But if you can move her back just a little bit. Once you have her hands in the handles, they will stay there and keep her in the right position. So you just have to make sure you position her correctly. But look at that. She's on there nice. Not too bad. I do like that a lot. That looks really cool. Really, really nice. So, Mezco Pink Skull, I have him on the dirt bike because the dirt bike is longer. It's bigger. For some reason, I didn't even realize that. It seems like the Mezco, this Pink Skull seems larger, slightly. Like maybe 6.5 possibly. So he does fit okay on this bike when just like in this position, if he's just going to stand on there. If I were to kind of bend him. Now here's the limitations, because of course he is wearing soft goods. For a dirt bike, as much as I would want him to kind of bend a little bit, you're gonna have to play around with the positioning of his arms and everything. But he can sit on the bike pretty nicely. So it all varies on how you position the figure. So it's not too bad. Just out of curiosity, we can try him out on the other CBR just to see how it would look, because maybe, yes, he may look slightly bigger on this, but maybe it works in his favor, considering this is like that. But I don't know, you tell me. I think he might be slightly bigger. His hand fell off there, but you can make it work still pretty good. So this is my favorite. Got the black bike, snake eyes, of course. Looks pretty good. Definitely love how that looks as well. Feet don't rest directly on the pedals, but everything else holds up pretty nicely. He kind of just arches a little bit. Has the head up there, and the hands are attached to the handlebars. It looks awesome. That looks really good. All right, guys, there you have it. That's my review on these bikes. I absolutely love them. They're going to go great with my figures. I think they work very well with your G.I. Joe Classified, Marvel Legends, more than likely. Anything that's really 6-inch figures, I think they're going to work very, very nicely. So if you guys want to check these out, I've only found this 4-pack set at Costco, and they're currently on sale at the moment. It is technically December, so if you want to check them out, go right ahead and do so. I know you could probably find these singly elsewhere. Who knows? I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But go ahead, try them out. You don't know unless you try them out. So if you like what you see, please let me know. Leave a comment. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit like the video. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I would greatly appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it as always. Hope to see you soon. Hope to see you on the next hunt.